When I was about 13 years old, I went with my parents on vacation to the Great Smoky Mountains. Until then, my idea of mountains were the craggy peaks of the Rockies or the Himalayas. When they explained to me that these mountains were much older and worn down than any of those, I started to see these immense rises a bit differently. It was on that trip that I first became aware of the Appalachian Trail. The idea of spending months walking these mountains fired my imagination. This landscape was a scaled-up version of the hills of the Ohio Valley where I'd spent my formative years playing out every wilderness fantasy a boy could muster. Though my life moved in different directions since those days, that call of the wilderness stayed with me for the rest of my life. It's no wonder that when I would visit this region, my inner child would awaken with a powerful draw. In my heart, these mountains seem like home, and now I'm finally getting a little bit of a chance to spend some time with them. To me, this is a big story, so grab yourself a snack and a beverage if you like, because this is going to be a long one. Because the fact is that I'm not in a position to do trips like this all the time, maybe once a year if I'm lucky. But I love doing this and bringing you all along, so thanks for jumping on. So today I find myself in the Appalachian Mountains. No accident. Been trying to get ready for this trip for a while. The trail that I'm on is called the Bad Fork Trail. And it starts at the Eastern Continental Divide, right at the Blue Ridge Parkway, and continues. I'm going about 12 miles, but this is part of the Mountains to Sea Trail, which spans the width of North Carolina, west to east. From these mountains to the Atlantic Ocean. Now this trail that I'm on, Bad Fork Trail, rated as moderate. You hear some traffic in the background there because I'm still right next to the Blue Ridge Parkway. Anyhow, this trail is rated as moderate. I don't know what I'm going to be able to get for beautiful scenery or anything like that, mountain vistas or anything, but I've been waiting for a chance to do this area for quite a while. But I think a lot of it's going to be green tunnel, which is fine. It's nice and cool. In my early adult years, I was attracted to the bustle and chaos of the city, but wherever I was, I always sought the quiet spaces of solitude in nature again and again. And it used to be that I was disinterested and dismissive of the ways of the people of this land. Nowadays, I've grown to understand that a lot of that was in response to the already mangled sensibilities of the Euro-bred settlers of written history. But even those people have a culture and wisdom built unique to this land. All right, this looks like it's going to be interesting. Well, I'm actually at the first peak. Here's one of the few vistas I'm probably going to get on this trail. I can see where I started right about center screen right there. See a little clearing. That's the overlook where the trail starts. It's about a mile over there to that next ridge. Mile or so. It's hard to tell. I've been sitting up here for a few minutes. I can see it to the ridge to the left of me that there's rain down in that valley. And it's starting to move off. When I got up there, it was raining just a little bit. And the sun comes out. Anyhow, on my way here. The traffic noise has finally stopped. Started on my first descent. I'd show you something I haven't seen in a while. Some sassafras. Just don't see that where I live. I just came down a pretty steep decline for a while there. You know, that's its own thing. You might think it's easier, but like I said, it's its own thing. People with bad knees have problems with declines, but the thing is, gravity's not your friend going downhill either. You know, you slip, you're down, you're going faster than you want in a manner that you don't want. Anyhow, so I took a break, maybe about a 15-minute break at probably about 1.9 miles, which means I'm basically over 10% done with this trail. Look at it that way. And wanting to stop for lunch pretty soon, but I'm on my second incline. I'm starting hitting a set of switchbacks and stuff here, and so I'm finding myself taking, you know, short breaks for a couple of minutes, you know, just to get my breathing back. Then I move forward. You know, I like to take walking shots and stuff like that because I think it's kind of puts the viewer where I am, but it's just tough. It's just tough in terrain like this. I'm using walking sticks. Now, I've never used walking sticks before. 2 walking sticks. I think I went over that in a previous video, but anyhow. Anyway, grabbing it how I can. It's about 1 o'clock right now. I started out about 11:30. I'm going to let the time dictate what I do. I want to start looking for camp. I figure in the next, 4 hours or so, I'll start looking for a place to hang the hammock and see how that goes. Anyway, I'm going to take a couple more minutes right here and get on with this little switchback trail I got right there. Well, actually the switchback's right there, but going up. Oh, wow. Did not expect this. Looks like we got ourselves a campsite. Right on. Cool. So the trail comes up to the ridge right behind me here. It ends up at this campsite. A little fire pit here. Then there's a trail that heads off this way. I don't know where it goes. Goes back a little ways. It's real pretty and stuff, but if I had more energy, I'd go check that out, but not today. The trail continues behind you. I am now on the second ridge of the trail, about 3.5 miles in, and boy, this is pretty nice, man. I'd like to stay here. It's nice, but I think I want to move on, get 4 more miles in before I try to look for a place to camp. So some of the more observant among you might have noticed that I've changed my shirt. I did so pretty soon in the hike because I was wearing a cotton shirt, and even though it's nice and cool here, man, it's 60 something degrees. Even though it's nice and cool, I'm working up a heck of a sweat, and that shirt was pretty much soaked through, which pretty much makes it useless to me because if I have a soaked shirt, it's not a warm shirt. It won't be warm if I need it tonight in bed or anything like that. So I put on this shirt, which is a moisture wicking material, and a lot more practical. It will dry, so my body will be dry when I change into something else when I go to bed and whatnot. But anyway, just thought I'd mention that. Man, it really isn't that dark up here, man. I mean, the sun's coming out, and it goes away, it comes back out again. Boy, this is such a beautiful spot. Really, really tempted to stay here, but I think I want to get more ground behind me here. So, go. Yeah, there's about like 3 clearings up here on this ridge that I've seen so far that would make beautiful camp spots. They'll figure out how to make a waypoint in all trails so other people know about it. Pretty breezy up here. One of the firsts for me on this trip is that I'm using all trails for the first time. Helped it decide what trail I'm going to take and where I was going to go, and to keep track of me while I'm out here. But yeah, here's where I am on the trail. Here's where I am right now. I'm on that. I'm on the second peak right here. There. Right there. So it's downhill all the way from here. Okay, that wasn't at the top of the ridge. Oh my God. So let's sit down. All right, already. Oh my God. All right, so it's kind of been working for me on these hills. It's short steps, frequent rests, and always trying to set a waypoint. Like I look up ahead on the trail, identify something, say, okay, I'll get to that, I'll take a rest, and continue. Saw this log, and couldn't resist it, so here I go. Resting. Oh yeah. Resting. Oh, the top's up here somewhere. Yeah, on that last bit of hill, man, I was feeling it in my thighs. Not in my tendons, but in my thighs. Which was interesting. It's a nice little bit of trail here. I think I'm walking along the ridge now. I'm seeing blue sky to my right, blue sky to my left. Alright, so I'm starting on the switchback heading down now. Okay, guess a big hill, big uphill is done for the trip, huh? It's alright. It's alright. This is good times, guys. This is good time. It is beautiful as can be. It's cool. So I've been moving pretty good on this, man. I gave myself 3 days on this, even though All Trail says you can do it in under 6 hours. I'm sure a lot of people can, but now I give myself 3 days to do this. Figuring, you know, I go about 4 miles a day, and you know, camp. I'll take as many rests as I can, camp, whatever. But looks like I'm over all the high stuff, all the climbing. And it's been pretty sweet and mild so far. So I just stopped a minute here, take a little rest, put away my camera and change the battery on my Osmo. And this little girl showed up, wearing a wire, hunting dog. What's you doing, sweetie? What are you doing? Good dog. Good dog. Well, I've been chilling here for a little bit. This little girl's been hanging around. She's all wired up. I don't know if she's a hunting dog or a rescue dog or what's going on. But, yeah, since she found me, she just wanted to stick around, so I don't know what the deal is. Alright, sweetie. Alright. We'll see you later. You're a wet dog. Yeah, you're wet baby. Okay. I'm gonna go now. You wanna come with me? Alright. Whatever you wanna do, dog. I'm going this way. Looks like I got a friend. So I just stopped for a rest, right? Look what I got here. What I got here, Mickey Snaky? What I got here? Hello. Dog standing right by. This snake don't care. Snake don't care. It's a lazy snake. Okay, won't bug the snake. Alright, so I'm coming up the trail. And man, every little uphill is kicking me. Really burning me out. So I ran up into this little clearing here, and pretty decent campsite. So I'm going to take it for the night and pick this up tomorrow. Make some pretty good progress. My friend's still with me here. Yeah. A lot of wind today. It gives me a good chance to try out my new larger hex fly from Hennessy Hammock. Got a lot of wind coming from the right there, and yeah, we'll see how this does. So the thing is, it's odd, is that I'm not really in the right location. You can see I'm off trail. I'm actually on, I don't know if you can see that, but I actually found that little divergence right here on the trail. I didn't film it or anything. I zigged when I sort of zagged, and I'm now on the Woods Mountain Trail. Well, that's okay. You know, as you can see, I'm right about at the halfway point of this. All I gotta do is jog back to the Woods Mountain Trail and go back down to about where I am, and I'll be at the water, where there's a creek crossing. And since I'm beat and I'm kind of water rich at the moment, I figured I don't need to turn back. I'll just go ahead and make camp where I am. Yeah, but boy, is this tarp making a difference. I can just sit in my hammock and I'm out of the wind for the most part. Way too windy to build a fire to cook my meal or warm up, rehydrate my meal. So I'm just going to use the alcohol stove. Be a lot less hassle, and this tarp is helping me out a lot. Tonight I figure it's pretty suitable since I'm in Mountains, chili mac with beef. I have half of that. I'm hungry. I've never had the chili mac with beef, but it has to be pretty bad for me not to like it right now because I am freaking hungry, y'all. Bowl. Yummy. Sure smell good. So I'm a little concerned about my dog here. She's got a tag on her with the name Gadget. So I'm gonna be calling her Gadget for the rest of my time here. And yeah, I was able to converse with June's father, who said it's a bear hunting dog, and it may be injured. I mean, she doesn't look old, but she's getting around like she's injured. I know her right shoulder hurts. Yeah, you're hungry too, huh? Okay, okay. We'll get going. We'll get going. Okay, don't worry. We'll get going. Gotta feed the help. It improves morale, makes them more productive. So last night after I got here, I set up and made something to eat. And then I sat in my hammock. The wind's blowing like mad. And here it is. You know, the first of, it's the end of May, 1st of June. I'm at about 2,300 feet. Wind's blowing like mad, and I'm cold. Stopping moving. I wasn't wet or anything like that, but I was cold just because I had stopped moving. But yeah, even though it did go all night, I was pretty warm. I had a good night. Hey, baby. I was kind of worried about her too. Mountain House breakfast skillet. Yes, gadget approves. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't have to worry about spilling anything. She was going after my burrito earlier. I know. You're still hungry. I'm still hungry too. Nope. Mine, go. Go. Yeah, she might follow you out. She does, no worries. At least the owner knows where you're going. Okay. All right, some hikers just came up to the camp, and they found some phone numbers on Gadget's collar and called the owner and talked to the owner. Gadget seems to be a little bit trying to make the decision whether she wants to stick with me or follow them. I'm in no particular hurry to leave this campsite, but you know, you do a couple of dehydrated meals, have a cup of coffee, and next thing you know, you're out of water. So I need to get on and get some water. Not the stream. My muscles are tight. Gotta do these stretches here. See if that'll help. Oh. Ow. So I'm going back down the hill that kind of did me in yesterday. Alright, so here's where I screwed up yesterday. I came down from here. Here's the Mountain to Sea trail that I've been on. And I was seeing, see a trail went that way. I saw that red blaze. I don't know if you can see that. And then I continued up this hill, which is the Woods Mountain Trail. And actually, according to all trails, I should be heading down this way. Here she comes. Here she comes. I lost you there, honey. Alright, it's kind of messed me up here. I came out onto this road here from, anyway, that's where I came out from, onto this road. And right across the road from me is this sign for the Bad Fork Trail, strapped up against a tree. Now, I've done a couple little forays out into this, and I can't find a sign of a trail at all. After some careful consulting with all trails, I'm supposed to follow this road where yellow or orange blazes continue. It kind of confused me for a second. Oh, cool, here you go. Alright, I actually got a waterfall of sorts here. Looks pretty tough to get to though, but I just gotta get down there and get some of that water. So I don't think this is going to be the last water I'm going to find on this trip. But it's the first I found and I'm out. And it sucks not having water. It just sucks. Once you've ever run out of water when you're out in the wilderness or something like that, man, you never want to do it again. You know, water security means a lot to me. You know, that's why I could never roll with the desert or something like that. And that water's coming right out of the mountain. I could probably drink it straight without filtering it. I mean, I camped right up on top of here. And I had to take a while to get back down here, but this is seriously right below where I camped, so it's coming right out of the side of the mountain. So I'm going to have a little party here. Stopping for a break is all good. Getting water is great. Picking up the pack and putting it on gets harder every time. When I do stop for a break, I like to take my trekking poles, lean them up against something. Don't have to bend over to pick them up. So I have suddenly came onto the bummer realization that this rest of this hike is going to be all road hiking. Yeah, the first clue was when I was collecting water, the bicyclist went by. And a closer look at all trails. Looks like it's all forest road, old forest road, non-motorized. So it is what it is. So I've set down my pack and my ass at the second place that the water crosses the trail here. Good thing I loaded up because the water on either side, it's way hard to get down into. Anyway, decided to give myself a serious rest. I've probably only come about 3 miles or so like that, but I'm hurting. My feet hurt, balls in my feet hurt. This type of stuff is not an athletic contest to me, but it is a bit of a trial at times. If you floated me on a cloud through this place, I would gain nothing. The ordeal and attainment cycle yields true satisfaction, knowledge, and joy. I'm actually going to eat some tuna fish and have a nutritious sort of lunch thing. Maybe that'll get my spirits up, right? Okay, so I've had my rest, and I'm off. We're off. After a couple of turns, I saw on the app is that the little spur trail that heads down to the left about 0.4 miles, and thinking about go ahead and taking it, see if I can find a camp, place to camp. So because since I've been on this road, I haven't seen anything. And one thing I do appreciate is that when I did get off my intended route yesterday accidentally, I found that sweet camp spot. That was literally a happy accident. I've seen no other place even similar since then, which is my major concern right now. Okay, she's coming. So I just came out that gate right there. I believe this is a 0.4 mile spur that I thought looks like it ends on the app, and it looks fairly easy. I don't know. I'm supposed to go this way. I can keep going. Well, I found this glade coming along the road. I was getting mighty beat, and I figured it didn't look like I was going to find anything better. So I figured I'd better look up in here, see if there was any place that I could hang. Anyhow, I couldn't find good tree spacing. I had a whole bunch of brambles and stuff underneath. Came up with this sort of bushcrafty lean-to shelter tarp deal, using my Hennessy fly. Yeah, it took me about an hour to figure out how to do this. It was looking like I was going to take the rest of the night till after dark walking that road and probably not finding anything to hang up at. Everything is just straight up on one side and straight down on the other. Yeah, so I haven't done grounding in a while. Well, if it starts to rain, the shelter will keep the rain off me. It won't keep the bugs off me. It won't keep snakes from crawling in bed with me. It won't be hammock comfort, but it will be some kind of perceived shelter. I have the encore version of Boot and Hoos beef stew, the second serving of the 2-serving package. Ow! Hot, Nate. Gloves maybe. In the bag. Oh, this is messed up. Alright. Okay, let's see what happens. She made herself pretty comfortable last night. Glad somebody was comfortable. That was rough. It's 7 o'clock. Do you know where your bass player is? If you know where that came from, then we probably have things to talk about. Yeah, there were parts of my body last night that I didn't know I had that worked, that hurt. I don't know if they're going to work. Very, very quiet night, I should say. Nothing moved out here. I don't even know why I brought this stuff along. All I need to do is fill up this Seanock bag. Much better than the original Sawyer bag, which likes to develop leaks. Kind of a good thing I took that walk. A little bit of scramble down there for the water, because got some of the lead out. Let me know what my body's feeling. I'm feeling pretty good, even though it was a really uncomfortable night. Just no sleeping pad. Ugh. It was gorgeous though, still peaceful. Wow, really, really peaceful. Did I mention it was a peaceful night? Yes. They say this area's got more bears than deer, but I haven't seen any wildlife except for that one snake a couple days ago. So I recently picked up these stakes. Lighter weight, easier to manage, and I'm telling you, the ground here is way different than what I'm used to. Stuff sticks in real good. Quick way to pull these up is to take one of these blades, put it right up underneath the notch, and pull up. Easy peasy. Use a rock to make buttons to make tie points out of. So, I'm all good to go. I'll leave no trace like, except for all the matted down vegetation. They'll get over it. Yeah, somebody must have cleared this lot to put a structure in or something, because, you know, it looks like, you know, it was cleared so you could pull a vehicle in. That's how I found the place. And there's nothing else like this anywhere that I could find. You watch. I'll be going up the trail and find a perfect place to hang a hammock. Anyhow, supposed to move. Hey Fuzzy, baby, you ready to go? Sorta. Yeah, she's coming. So I only have about 3.5 miles to go before I get to my pickup point. And I told my ride that I wasn't going to be there, or not to expect me before 3 o'clock. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get there ahead of schedule. Like I said, I only have about 3.5 miles to go on this, but I think I only went about 3.5 miles yesterday. I do believe I feel a lot better today, which kind of holds up to my theory that I was talking about on my last video when I was training for this, or sort of training for this. That by the third day, you know, my tendons are over it. It's gone to my muscles, and my muscles, especially legs. Legs recover very quickly. So we'll see how well that holds out. Well, this is the first of any kind of view that I've seen, really, since the beginning part of the trail. It's just always been something that struck me as just enchanting and seductive about these dark, nearly impenetrable woods of the Appalachians. I just ran into some cyclists that said that my ride is waiting for me here, about a little over a mile up. And great, she's here early, I'm coming out early, won't be any messing around. But I'm telling you, this has been a great trip. A lot of fortuitous happenings, you know, getting off the trail by accident, finding a great place to camp, finding that glade. Wasn't bad, a little uncomfortable, but give myself a good check when I get the chance. It was supposed to be a moderate trail, and I guess it was. I admit I was a little disappointed when I came down out of the woods and found out that the rest of my trip's going to be a road hike, but like I say, it's a moderate trail. Challenging in the beginning, and mostly a downhill road walk for the rest of it. I know I better get a wiggle on before she goes nuts up there, and I don't know if I'll be filming anymore, but hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more, go ahead and keep checking. Don't bother to hit the subscribe button, because that's a good way to make sure you never see anything of me again. Anyway, I'm out of here. Get out and do something. I never heard Gadget bark. That might be her. Where you at, Gadget? You got a bar? Hunting dogs, doing hunting dog stuff. And this last mile is mostly a climb. Well, at least I'm getting a view out of it. Yo, bear! Yo, bear! There's my ride. She ditched me about a mile ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
And I ran to the two cyclists.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she said they said you were up here, and when I took off from them, that was the last I saw her. She was taking a drink down the creek, and I went on my merry way. And usually she's right behind me, and next thing I know, she's gone.